The jeweled staff is obviously the work of an expert craftsman.
Open sesame! Oh no! The staff broke!
A single gold coin, separated from the rest of the treasure, lies on the floor near the door. Near the temple door sits an old, tarnished brass bottle. Treasure? Treasure piled everywhere. The sparkling brilliance of it overwhelms Graham as he peers around the temple's dim interior. Oh my! Look at all this treasure! Cheer up, Graham. At least you can practice your game of tiddlywinks. Quickly, Graham grabs the old brass bottle. Bending down, Graham hurriedly picks up the gold coin from the temple floor. Hurry! The exit door is about...
Phew, that was close! Open sesame!
The temple door won't open. Perhaps there's something... The staff lies in several broken pieces on the temple steps. The staff is broken and is of no use anymore. It is a shiny gold coin. This is an old, tarnished brass bottle. It has no effect on the massive door. This is an old, tarnished brass bottle.
Ah, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Graham should know better than to keep things bottled up inside. The hot sun and choking sand
Well, there you are. I was just starting to get concerned.
Don't worry about me, Cedric. I'm used to this kind of thing.
You may see Madame Mushka now.
Warning: this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete.
So, you are here to see Marimushka, no? Well, come closer. Sit down. I will tell you your fortune. Already I can tell that you are on a quest of great urgency. We will see what we can find out for you. Look, Ingram. Look into the crystal ball.
Look, Mananan, look what I have for you. Take a good look at what you did to my brother, Alexander. Because of you, he's doomed to spend the rest of his days as a cat, and there's nothing I can do about it. But you can do something about it. Since you're the one that did this to him, you're the only one who can turn him back again. Back to the wizard Mananan.
Alexander!
I don't know how, Mordak. I'm not a wizard. I just happened to stumble across some magic spells and accidentally turned your brother into a cat. I didn't mean it. Please believe me, Mordak. I don't know how to turn him back into a wizard.
You're holding out on me, little man. You're taking advantage of my good nature, but not for long. If I don't get a change of tune from you soon, I'll feed your family to the cat, starting with your dear mother. Remember what I said. I'll only give you a little more time to decide before your family becomes cat food.
That is all. But I see that your mission is very dangerous indeed. I will give you something to help you. Here, wear this. It is a magic amulet. It will protect you against all but the most powerful magic. Good luck, Ingram. Be careful. That Mordek is a bad one.
Thank you, Madam Mushka.
Madame Mushka is tired. No more for today.
The sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort. The amulet is attached to a soft leather thong. The magic amulet begins to glow softly as Graham slips it over his head. He then carefully tucks the amulet into the front of his tunic, hiding it from sight. A graceful weeping willow tree grows beside a small pond created from her tears. In her branch-like arms she clutches a beautiful harp, as a child would a cherished toy.
Miss Willow?
Yes?
You can talk?
Why, of course I can. What did you expect?
Well, I've never seen a talking tree before. What's wrong?
Everything's wrong, can't you tell? I'm not really a tree. I'm really a princess. You see, my fiancé and I were walking through this wood when a nasty old witch came along and was instantly charmed by my handsome prince. When he naturally refused her advances, she jealously banished him to a faraway land and turned me into a tree. Then she stole my heart.
Stole your heart?
Yes, she turned my heart to gold and took it away with her. The only way I can become human again is to have my heart brought back. Now, all I have to cheer me up is my harp. It's quite magical, you know. It plays the sweetest music you've ever heard. Now please, leave me alone in my sorrow.
What's wrong, Graham?
That's salt water! Ugh.
Utilizing fallen logs, a gnome has built a little forest home. Sitting on a stool in front of his house, a young gnome happily plays with an exquisite marionette. An old grandfather gnome sits contentedly on an old stump and smokes a large pipe while watching his grandson at play. Graham attempts to speak to the young gnome, but the boy seems to be very shy and doesn't answer.
Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I was just noticing your son's marionette. It's very interesting. Where did you get it?
It's grandson, not son, and I made it for him. Why do you care?
I just wanted to comment on its artistry. It's very well done. I don't suppose it could be bought.
If it could, the price would be very steep. I reckon you couldn't afford it. Now, leave me and my grandson be. I ain't in the mood to gab right now. Go find someone else to talk to.
What a wonderful bluebird! It could almost make Graham happy again if it wasn't for his family. Graham feels the eyes of many creatures upon him as he follows a meandering path through the thick wood. Upon a fallen log sits a dashing young prince who looks very sad and confused.
Excuse me, young man. Sorry to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice you sitting there on that log. I was wondering if there was anything wrong.
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, there is. I've been searching everywhere for my fiancée. She's a beautiful princess with long golden tresses, fetching blue eyes, and smooth creamy skin. Have you seen her anywhere about?
No, sorry, I haven't seen anyone like that.
That's what I figured. No one has seen her. I bet that a witch who lives in the dark forest had something to do with her disappearance.
I'll keep an eye out for her. If I see her, I'll let her know you're looking for her.
I would appreciate that. Well, I guess I'd better get back to looking for her. I'm not ever going to find her just sitting around here. Thanks for your concern.
The wide dirt path ends at a crude warning sign placed before an ominous-looking forest. Beyond the sign, the path narrows to nothing more than a root and snarled trail. The sign seems self-explanatory enough. Enter at your own risk. Beyond the warning sign, the gnarled trees seem to close in, entangling and confusing all who dare enter here. An old hollow log lies in a small clearing before the gloomy forest. The old log doesn't look interesting enough to bother with.
Back to the east is Crispin's house. I'm not going in there. Can't you read the sign?
Come on, Cedric. There might be something important in here.
Go if you want to. I'll wait here.
In snarling roots, creeping vines, decaying logs, twisted, gnarled trees, the close feeling of the gloomy forest quickly overwhelms Graham. Numerous roots, rocks, and ruts choke the narrow forest path which branches either to the right or to the left. It seems to Graham that there is an unusually large number of toads in this forest. To Graham's great relief, it appears that the witch's magic has been stopped by the amulet he is wearing, just as Madame Mushka said it would. Of all the ugly hags Graham has seen in his life, this is by far the ugliest.
What are you doing in my forest, young man? Don't you know you're trespassing?
Oh, I didn't know this was a private forest. Do you own it?
Of course I own it. It's mine. And what did you do to my magic?
I don't think you need to know. Now tell me something. How does one leave this confusing forest?
I'll never tell. I'm afraid you're stuck, dearie. Now you're my prisoner.
We'll see about that.
Yes, won't we?
Mumbling and muttering to herself, the ugly old hag refuses to indulge in any further conversation with Graham. A crude little door has been built into the trunk of this large, grotesque tree. A small door built into the trunk of a large twisted tree catches Graham's attention. Graham tugs firmly on the door in the tree, but finds it securely locked. Mumbling and muttering to herself, the ugly old hag refuses to indulge in any further conversation with Graham. A crude, misshapen structure, which remotely resembles a house, sits forlornly in the center of the gloomy forest. A crevasse spewing hot steam and licks of flames surrounds it. Strange plants and animals inhabit this dark and dreary place, while thin rays of sunlight barely break the surface of the forest's thick foliage. A large, rock-like creature blocks further passage to the west. A root-rutted path stumbles its way east, west, and north through the dark and gloomy forest.
Don't try to bribe me with that, dearie. I'm not dumb, you know. What's this?
Ah, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Good. That old witch won't be seen here for a long time. But now, how to get out of this dreadful forest?
The old witch's house has been crudely fashioned from an old tree trunk and salvaged stone. Being cold and creepy, Graham finds he would just as soon hurry up and leave. An interesting incense burner hangs from a protruding tree branch. Occasionally, from within it, a tiny glint winks. What's this? Why, it's a little key. It is a tiny brass key. Tucked under a large crack in the wall, which seems to serve as a window, Graham sees an interesting wooden trunk. A small, intricate spinning wheel is put away in the trunk. Reaching a hand into the trunk, Graham retrieves the small spinning wheel. This appears to be a small, intricately constructed spinning wheel. Unfortunately, Graham is all thumbs when it comes to operating a spinning wheel. The old witch's house. A small leather pouch is tucked away in the drawer. Graham reaches the drawer and removes the leather pouch. The small leather pouch is drawn tightly closed. Upon opening the leather pouch, Graham discovers 3 sparkling emeralds. The trio of sparkling emeralds dazzle the eyes. Graham finds that the little key fits perfectly in this lock. Graham is charmed to find a little golden heart inside the door of the twisted old tree. Reaching into the little door of the tree, Graham extracts the little golden heart. The small heart is made of pure gold. It won't help with the small door. Through the mists of the forest, Graham can barely see a small house-like form to the north. Peering curiously at him through the heavy foliage of the dark forest, Graham notices several pairs of bright, blinking eyes.
Hello? Who's there? I say, who's there? Please help me. Please? Oh, never mind.
Graham receives no answer. Graham receives no answer. Graham receives no answer. The small creatures, whoever they are, don't seem to show any interest in it. The small creatures, whoever they are, don't seem to show any interest in it.
Drat! Just missed him.
Graham receives no answer. This situation seems to require very careful thought. Graham needs to spend more time on this. The small creatures, whoever they are, don't seem to show any interest in it. Graham squeezes the honeycomb as hard as he can, which causes the honey to drip out of it onto the ground, creating a sticky little puddle at his feet. Now all that's left of the honeycomb is a piece of beeswax, which Graham puts back in his pocket.
Please, let me go! I beg of you!
Why should I do that? What will you do for me?
I'll show you the way out of the forest, if you let me go.
How do I know I can trust you?
I give you my word. An elf never breaks his word.
Well, it's against my better judgment, but okay.
Move over, Rocky. You're in our way.
Sorry.
Rocky isn't talking anymore. A sticky puddle of honey lies on the ground. The rock-like creature is not inclined to move farther.
Follow me. In here.
Warning, this cartoon contains material.
Hey, over here. I've got something for you. I never take anything without giving in return. For your generosity in giving me those exquisite emeralds, I give you my finest pair of shoes. May they help you in your quest. Follow that passage over there. It's the way out of the dark forest.
Thank you very much for all your help. I'm sure I'll be able to find a use for these fine shoes.
Oh, I'm glad to see you're okay. I was beginning to worry.
You were right not to want to venture in that dark forest, Cedric. I thought I'd never get out of there alive.
My... I don't need this old thing anymore. Look at me, I'm a princess again. Herbert!
Alicia. Where have you been all this time, my love?
Oh, darling, just take me home. I'll tell you on the way.
A beautiful harp lies on the ground near the small pond.
Now, why would she toss aside this beautiful harp? Well, if she doesn't want it, I'll take it.
It is a small harp of beautifully carved mahogany. This is the finest pair of shoes Graham has ever seen, although a bit small for his feet. Having learned to play the harp long ago, Graham now plays beautifully. A tambourine lies on the ground near the abandoned gypsy encampment. Not seeing the tambourine's owner, Graham bends down and rescues it from the ground. It is an ordinary tambourine. Graham hits and shakes the tambourine with much ruckus, but finds it doesn't accomplish anything.
Ooh, is that a new dance, Graham? The Boogaloo?
Where did you get this? I thought I had lost it.
Oh, is it yours? I found it in the old witch's house in the dark forest.
So that's where it got to. The old hag took it, eh? You know, this ain't an ordinary spinning wheel.
It's not? What's so special about it?
Why, this spinning wheel can spin straw into gold, that's what. Except you've got to know who to use it. I doubt even the witch could figure that out. Thank you for bringing it back to me.
Now wait, not so fast. How about that marionette? Don't you think the price of the spinning wheel is worth at least twice that of the puppet? I'd love to have it.
Yeah, I guess so. Boy, give that marionette to the man here. I'll make you a new one. Come on, boy. Let's gather up some wood for a new puppet.
Graham tries to open the small door, but finds it securely locked. The craftsmanship of the marionette is superb. Graham is too old to play with toys. Graham watches with surprise as a contingent of ants marches into the haystack and begins to swarm through it.
I'm glad to see there was a way that we could be of help to you. Look here. We found a golden needle in the haystack. I'd like to present it to you. Perhaps you can find a use for it.
Why, thank you, King Antony. I'm honored.
Good luck in your travels, King Graham. And be careful.
This is a large golden needle. Suddenly, frantic squeakings alert Graham to a mangy cat chasing a terrified rat.
Oh, thank you, good sir. You saved my life. My children and I will never forget your kindness. Maybe someday I'll be able to return the favor. Oh, I hear my children calling. Goodbye, until we meet again.
It's you again, is it? We still don't have any shoes for sale.
What have we here? Mama, take those shoes from the young man. Let me see them. These are the finest pair of shoes I've ever seen. The leather is soft and pliable, yet sturdy. The craftsmanship of these shoes are superb. And Mama, look at the solid gold buckle. Why, I could retire from the sale of these shoes.
Then the shoes are yours. I don't think I could find a better use for them.
You are a god-fed young man. How can we ever repay you?
You don't need to repay me. Just knowing I helped you is enough for me.
Well, it ain't much, but it's all I've got to give. Here, take my cobbler's hammer. Perhaps you can find a use for it. Since I'll be retiring, I won't need it anymore. Thanks to you.
Why, thank you. A hammer could be very useful on my journey.
Take care, young man. We'll never forget this.
That's right, son. We'll finally be able to retire in comfort. You'll be in our hearts from now on. Come on, Mama, let's go home. Let's celebrate our good fortune.
A cobbler would normally use this small hammer to make shoes.
Come on in, look around. Let me know if you're interested in anything.
Papa, where did you put those new dog clothes Mama made?
Look in the trunk upstairs. I think I put them there.
I'll do that.
Though did you get this wunderbar marionette? The craftsmanship is excellent.
Well, I don't know if you'll believe me or not, but I got it from a little gnome.
I must have it. Can I buy it from you?
Actually, you may have it if you'll give me the sled in trade.
Why, of course. But I must tell you, I think I'm getting the better deal. I can always make another sled, but finding another marionette of this quality... Ich weiß nicht.
So, can I have the sled?
Yeah, take it, it's yours.
Thank you very much. I think I'll find this sled very useful.
Well, you enjoy it, and danke for the marionette.
May I help you, sir? My golden needle! Wherever did you find it?
It was in a haystack by the country inn.
By the inn? Oh yes, I remember visiting there not long ago. Oh, vulgar man, that innkeeper. He has no scruples at all.
Well, I'm glad to see you've got your golden needle back. I wonder, could you possibly see fit to give me that wonderful cloak in exchange for it?
The cloak? Well, why not? It's yours, for the price of a golden needle.
Thank you, kind sir. I'm sure it will help me on my travel.
I'm sure it will. Good luck. Au revoir.
Not wishing to be put through another speech about fine shirts and trousers, Graham wisely keeps his mouth shut.
I don't like this at all.
This fine cloak is thick and warm. That won't convince the snake to leave. That won't convince the snake to leave. That won't convince. That won't. That won't convince. Here it is much too warm to be wearing a heavy cloak. That Graham gives the wand a good shake, but it only fits. That won't.
Begone, you slithery varmint! Scat!
A few hours later, Graham begins to shiver at the sudden drop in temperature. Graham dons his warm cloak for protection against the freezing mountain air. An icy, treacherous path skirts the snowy mountainside as it winds its way upward. Sheer vertical cliffs plummet dizzyingly downward from the edge of the frozen path.
Ooh, I've never been here before, but I think this is the way over the mountains.
Cedric seems to be quietly contemplating their current situation, and so is not inclined to indulge in conversation right now. A frozen waterfall hinders Graham's progress, as in the warmer seasons it had washed away part of the path on which he is currently traveling. A frozen... Looking upwards, Graham can see a snowy ledge above the steep cliff next to him. Looking upwards, the remains of an old tree poke out of the mountainside near an upper ledge. Graham notices a rock overhang near an upper ledge. The icy cliff is much too steep for Graham to climb without help. Having learned to play the harp long ago, the cold river courses swiftly by the town bakehouse. Graham spies a huge pile of logs to fuel the bakehouse ovens.
Ooh, I'll wait for you.
Gentlemen, please excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Diana's full, ain't got no more rooms.
Hey boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to do with him?
Rob 'em out.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds.
I told you I'd repay your kindness when you saved me from that horrible cat. Good luck, friend.
Graham has unfortunately found himself locked in the country inn's dusty, dirty cellar. Graham has unfortunately found himself locked. Lying in a heap on the stone floor, Graham sees the rope that once held him captive. A small set of rickety wooden stairs lead up to the cellar door. Graham stoops down and picks up the sturdy rope from the stone floor. A rusty padlock securing the door prevents Graham from leaving the cellar. A good strong rope is a handy item to have. Using the cobbler's hammer, Graham pounds on the rusty padlock until it breaks apart. The sound of men talking and laughing loudly floats through the door. It appears that the door leads outside. Graham looks around the inn's kitchen and finds it rather sparse and untidy. In the corner of the room, Graham spies a large kitchen cupboard. Graham looks around the inn's kitchen and Graham looks around the inn. Graham looks. Graham looks. Graham looks. Inside the cupboard, Graham sees a large, juicy leg of lamb. Reaching into the open cupboard, Graham pulls out the savory leg of lamb. Finding the kitchen door locked, Graham unlocks it before going outside. A few hours later,
Oh, be careful, Graham!
thanks for playing King's Quest V. Graham notices his stomach beginning to rumble with hunger from the exertion of the mountain climb.
Oh, be careful, Graham!
As with the path below, the now frozen waterfall has also washed away parts of this upper trail, which narrowly skirts the mountain edge and then heads off to the east. As with the path, shivering with the cold, Cedric seems to be a bit befuddled and not much help. As with the path below, Cedric seems to be thinking big thoughts right now, perhaps planning their next move, and so is not in a talkative mood. Graham can see tempting rock outcroppings protruding from the midst of the frozen waterfall. An old log has fallen precariously across a washed-out portion of the narrow trail.
Oh, do be careful, Graham.
Uh-oh.
Oh, do.
Cedric!
The snowy path abruptly ends where a gradual slope continues eastward. The snowy Graham's hunger grows acute. Without food, he may soon die. Well, Graham, remember when you turned down that last meal at home? Graham finds the leg of lamb a bit tough, but tasty enough. Filling up quickly, he saves the other half for later.
Drat! My sled is broken.
The broken sled is now no good to anybody.
What's wrong, Mr. Eagle?
I'm so weak from hunger. I haven't been able to catch any food for days. I can barely fly anymore.
I'd like to help you. Let me see what I can do.
Thank you. I need food.
Here, take this. Perhaps it will help you.
You are a kind man to share your meager food with a poor bird, especially up here in these snowy mountains.
Well, I couldn't just stand there and let you starve to death. What kind of person would I be?
You have shown yourself to be a kind, compassionate man, and I will not forget what you did for me. Goodbye, dear friend.
I am Queen Isabella, and you have entered my domain now. I command you to kneel before me. Since both you and your friend over there have so thoughtlessly invaded my territory without my permission or knowledge, I have decided you shall both be put to death. Take him away, my pet.
Warning, this cartoon contains material that...
Wait, my pet. That was very lovely music. I've never heard anything quite that beautiful before. I think I felt my heart melting. Just a little bit. Just enough, that is, to allow you a chance for your freedom. A vicious Yeti has entered the area and taken up residence in my prized crystal cave. So far, I have been unable to extricate him from either the cave or my territory. If you can rid me of the Yeti, I will release both you and your owl friend, and you two can continue on your journey unhindered. You may rise now. I wish you luck in defeating the Yeti. If you succeed, you will have my undying gratitude. Go with him, Sir Grey Wolf. Show him the way to the Crystal Cave. You may go now. Sir Grey Wolf will lead the way.
Yonder's the Crystal Cave. There you will find the Yeti.